Welcome to Fourth and Forever. I'm your new host, Mason. Alongside Cameron. It's not your screen. Your screen is still working. Don't worry. But there is something missing. A grown man. I believe he's 31 years of age now. Pretty old, pretty elderly. He has chosen his family over the boys. Wah, wah. And I know you might be seething. Ooh, so angry. We're angry too. But don't worry. It's been handled. This will never happen again. Anyways, yeah, this is just the new show for today. Maybe, hopefully. I miss Brett. He's good at speaking and kind of controlling things. Anyways, we'll get the show started. Cameron, how was your weekend?
Mason, I'm glad you asked me. My weekend was phenomenal. I did absolutely nothing. I had a holiday dinner Friday night for my company. Got some uchi sushi. So,
Wait, is that the place on 336? Is
do
that the
believe
name of the
so.
restaurant? Oishi?
Yeah,
Oishi
Uchi.
Sushi?
Uchi, UCHI.
Oh no, it's a different place. Oh wow,
Yeah,
so they kind of
very high
similar
quality.
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? How was your week? How was your weekend?
Very good. Texans won, which always brightens my life. They
Can't have a
are
bad day.
the light at the end of the tunnel. But yeah, no, I worked a couple weddings per
There you go.
usual. Made some money, which can't complain about that. And I actually got to watch quite a few games, even though Sunday was a Christmas party that my parents kind of put together. But I got to watch a few of them, which was nice because usually if there's something going on, I only watch the Texans and then it's kind of I just ignore everything else that's happening.
Naturally, yeah.
But finally gotta sit down and kind of enjoy a few of the games.
Okay.
I guess we'll get straight into that. We'll start football. We'll talk a few other things here. Two goose eggs this week, which is kind of crazy. The Ravens goose egged the Bengals. Crazy game. Joe Burrow looked awful. I hate to see it. I love Joe Burrow. It's definitely not good. And it kind of almost seems I forgot if it was him that tweeted, but it kind of or maybe it was a tweet or it was an interview, but it kind of seemed like he was not in love with football anymore.
He had that really weird quote, right? Where it was like,
It was
no
him, yeah.
other yeah.
Let's see.
It was strange. Pull up the exact year if you can. But I remember just scrolling on Twitter going like, should we get a mental health check on him?
Yeah. Here it is. If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. So does that mean he's not having fun anymore? It almost looks like he clearly is not having fun. That team kind of doesn't care about him, unfortunately. But that's just kind of it's got to worry you if you're a Bengals fan, right?
If I'm a Bengals fan, obviously they had a lot of success when he was younger, and then the team around him changed. I know there's a constant pointing to maybe the O-line is not up to snuff, up to par. But at a certain point, and I'm posing this question to you genuinely, at what point do you move on from this quarterback? Not because he's bad, not because he hasn't lived up to the hype, right? But just because he may not be the right guy for this stage of your team. At what point do you say, hey, we really appreciate what you did for us. We're going to send you on somewhere else where you're not getting blown up every other week.
I hope that happens for Joe Burrow just for his sake. As far as the fans of the Bengals, it really sucks because their owner is just it's no secret that they're probably the least spending units in football. They are very, very greedy with their money. I believe it was Trey Hendricks. Their D lineman, he's top 5 easily, and it was such a task to even get a contract for that guy, and I don't believe that he signed a long-term contract with him, which is insane.
I remember hearing about this, yeah.
Because then you see people like Micah Parsons, the guy Detroit. I can't think of his name right now, but these guys all get these huge contracts because they're worth it. But the Bengals, they're very stingent with their spending. So in the long run, I mean, that messes someone over like Joe Burrow, because they're not going to spend. Granted, they did keep Jamar Chase, they did keep T. Higgins, so they kind of kept some of his weapons, but they don't do anything to help him out any further than just that. I mean, their O-line is, I've got to imagine, one of the worst in all of the league, and that's not. Joe Burrow can have some of the blame, because you can't have a game as bad as you just had. I believe he had, 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns. So, but looking at someone like Joe Burrow, you'd at least expect some sort of fight.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Most of these reports that I'm seeing cite the Bengals O-line is 31st out of 32 teams.
That's,
which tracks right. That's the eye test. We don't need the stats to tell us that. We can see it.
Yeah, and that's the owner's fault, honestly. I know they have a GM who kind of runs operations, but at the end of the day, the owner kind of gets a say in what they're spending, what they're doing.
Now, that's been an interesting trend, I think, in a lot across sports: basketball, baseball, football, where there's this movement of, if you're going to own the team, you need to spend team owner money.
Yeah.
Like, I know the Dodgers get flack for the other direction. They spend so much money. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah. Who has that much money?
But between like, let's say the Dodgers in baseball and like the Colorado Rockies, I'm always, just as a fan, going to prefer owners who dump cash on their team.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just better for the sport.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, if you're a fan base, you're like, we have a shot at this guy. If you're a competitor against him, hey, they're a really good team. If you're, a free agent, you get what you're worth.
Yeah.
If you're Cincinnati, you get Joe Burrow until he decides to leave or retire, because you medically retired him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very sad outcome that happens to quite a few players. I mean, it's unrelated just because of injuries, but like an Andrew Luck type thing. Like, there was no way that they could keep that guy around, because when Andrew Luck, which, I mean, thank God he's gone, because he would have carried the Colts to probably still this day, and that would be very bad for the Texans. But it was the same thing. His O-line was just awful his entire career, and he was getting blasted, concussions, blasted. Oh, he hurts his ankle, blasted. And then he retires early, super early. He's like, look, I'm not – actually, I do believe that – I'll have to go look this up, but I believe he was quoted as saying he can't have fun anymore. So what Joe Burrow just quoted saying is, I want to have fun while playing.
Right,
it's kind of the same
can you do
thing.
this? I need to have fun. Yeah.
So it's kind of worrisome. I mean, at that point, because like I said, not 100% on the quote, but I do believe Andrew Luck said that he doesn't have fun anymore, because it's too much of like it's just so much pressure, and he's getting beat up all the time that it's just.
I mean, it is funny in the sense that there's this growing trend, probably in part because all of these athletes are very like media trained now. Like, you don't really get in front of a mic without some PR person telling you what to say. Now, you can ignore them, right? But there's this trend, and I've seen it more in basketball, where athletes who are unhappy and want a trade always drop that line. Jimmy Butler did it last year. John Morant's done it this year. Where it's like, that seems to be the new buzzword of like, am I having fun here? It's like, oh no, he's not having fun.
He said the F word.
Yeah, at a certain point, buddy, that's what the money is for.
Yeah.
Though. Like, you may not, I completely understand. You may not be having fun. Getting lit up in football is a lot different than like Jimmy Butler not liking the Miami Heat. But like $40 million is supposed to paper over some of that.
$40 million, I'll shut up for anything. I will do whatever you want me to do. If you're paying me $40 million, I will do whatever you want me to. But yeah, sometimes it's just, well, especially when you come from like a winning culture. Like Joe Burrow is from, he played at LSU. That was a winning culture. When he was there, they won. So to then go to a professional team, which I know he's quite a few years removed from all of that, but he's still a winner.
I mean, he was battling Patrick Mahomes in the postseason early on. Like he came in, and you're thinking like, damn, the league's in a great spot. I don't want to act like it's not, but it was like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Brady's still in the league. Like, holy
everything
shit.
was insane. It was gross.
Yeah.
And as a Texans fan, we're like, oh, we got maybe Deshaun Watson.
Brock
think.
Osweiler?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh no, you said it. You said his name. Oh yeah, no, but that was the era that he came in, and he was really good. So it's sad to see what a team can do to you. But anyways, we'll move on from the Bengals and Ravens. We've talked quite a bit about Bengals. I don't think I've ever talked that much about the Bengals. Another goose egg. Eagles beat the Raiders. They get. I mean, that's no shocker here.
yeah.
I have not seen the stat line. Whoa! The Raiders started Kenny Pickett. So Geno Smith was not the starter for this game. Needless to say, he went 15 of 25, 64 yards, 1 interception. I don't know how you can have that little
Is
of
that
a
a
stat.
typo? You said 64 yards, right?
64 yards on 15 attempts. I don't really know how you can go a full game and only have that.
I mean, the interceptions can't have helped, but
Time of possession for the Raiders was 20 minutes. Time of possession for the Eagles was double that. So, okay, that makes sense. You can have a game that bad like that. Unfortunately for the Raiders, they play the Houston Texans next week. The Texans are the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. They aren't going to get hopefully they goose egg them. I mean, if they don't, I felt this week was driving me insane. Another huge headline of the week was what Bijan Robinson has now been fined for. Did you hear about this?
You want to weigh in on that topic? They're gonna fine you too, so just be aware.
So Bijan Robinson made a derogatory term, I guess. Can we classify that though as? I'll skip.
So I'll give you my take on it, which
yeah.
is, for those of you unaware, Bijan Robinson referenced a game that he played as a child where a group of boys would toss a football in the air, and whoever catches it has to avoid getting tackled. And you just repeat that process until somebody scrapes their knee and goes home crying. Obviously, the name of that game has fallen out of favor, and I would argue probably rightfully so. But what I really want to focus on in that situation is Bijan's response, which I think if you are an athlete or a person in the public light, you should take notes immediately on. His whole response was, listen, it's what we called it when I was a kid. I understand I shouldn't have said it. It just slipped out, and my deepest apologies. And then he shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
He stopped talking. He said, listen, I apologize for it. Nobody thought it was hateful, and he's gonna walk away with it. Fine, like he should. Mm-hmm. He apologized for it. Nobody should crucify him for it. We all get to go home for Christmas.
Yep.
But it was very funny hearing a grown man say that on live TV.
It was shocking.
Because everybody on the mic is like, fuck, can we cut that? Can we cut that? Please, please, please.
Yeah. Is there any way? It's too late. But did you see how much he was fined for that?
I did not. What is the dollar amount?
$75,000.
That is,
it's
a hefty amount.
It's peanuts to an NFL player, but $75,000 for letting something slip. I mean, come on. Anyways, Bijan Robinson, incredible game. They actually beat the Buccaneers, which is kind of insane. Another crazy game. Bills beat the Patriots. They came back. The Patriots won the first game of that series. Bills come back. Very low-scoring game from the Bills to start the first half. They come back. They end up winning it. Josh Allen is just fucking incredible.
Congratulations, by the way. I believe
the baby
his
announcement.
significant other's pregnant. Yeah.
Haley Steinfeld. She is so ugly. She's not perfect. Josh Allen's not perfect. You guys suck. I hate you. We'll talk about. I'll bring up one more game because the other ones are just eh. But a huge thing happened. Patrick Mahomes torn ACL, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first. I guess significant injury for Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's ever missed a significant amount of the season. So this is the first time that he's ever been like out. Because I know he's missed time. Every quarterback misses time, whether it's like, oh, my thumb is sore, oh, my shoulder.
Right.
But
The
this
wear
is
and tear of a season.
this is the first time that he's ever been injured.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I saw a tweet that was kind of making fun of it, but very true.
Which is gross.
Patrick Mahomes has never taken a snap when not in contention for the postseason.
Yeah.
He went out before they lost. Therefore, hey, the streak is still active.
It's like the LeBron thing. It's in the U.S.
Right. But yeah, no. Look, it's always sad. You never want to see a great or anybody in the game get injured, right? Because at the end of the day, the league is better for them there.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, it was a lost season for them. I mean, even if let's say he doesn't get injured, they lost that game anyways. They were out anyways.
Yeah. You almost don't want to see him still trying, This is not to say this is a good thing that happened to him, but it's like to see Patrick Mahomes attempting to still win games and it just be meaningless almost feels wrong.
Right, you expect if you see him, he's doing something that matters. Yeah.
It's for an MVP, it's for Pro Bowl votes, it's for anything. But they have been so lackluster this year that if he's out there next week starting, it's kind of sad.
And it's interesting because I know we have in the notes here is this the end of the dynasty? I would certainly argue it is, right?
Yeah.
And
there's a chance for sure.
I would push the idea that it's the end of the narrative simply because their top receiver is Travis Kelce, who is noticeably lost a step or two, which is fine. You're getting older. That's not a slight against him. Big Chris Jones is kind of still very productive, but
he's one foot out the door as well.
Only getting older, right? And they haven't brought in a ton of young talent to replace it. Like Rashee Rice, Hollywood Brown. I think both of them have pending criminal investigations against them. Yeah. Xavier Worthy, who's a good wide receiver.
He was amazing up until he got injured at the beginning of the season because of Travis Kelce.
Because of Travis Kelce, yeah. Kelce separated his shoulder.
It was kind of just The whole team has been very lackluster, and they've never really. I mean, they've had some good. I can't remember their last running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire maybe was the. I think that was the name of their last guy. But up until that point, they never have really had a solid running game, and they still don't. They are mostly relying on Kareem Hunt, which is another guy with a criminal record.
Yeah.
They love their criminals out in Kansas City.
Them and Jerry Jones, man. If you have a record, you will get some.
You're on the team. But no, I think that this might have ended their reign of terror. Because you think about how many fans they have right now, because Travis Kelce, obviously, he's engaged to Taylor Swift.
I'm unfamiliar. What? He's engaged?
Yeah, he's engaged to probably the biggest name on the face of the planet right now. He's got to be done after this year. I mean, he is a shell of his former self. He does not look like he enjoys playing the game. It doesn't look like he's trying. So I think after this season, he's gone. So you lose that whole side of. I mean, it had to be a surplus of at least 1 million fans that are buying jerseys,
easily
watching your games, going to games. You're losing that. So I think they're going to stop getting the treatment from the league, as well as them just being overly dominant and winning Super Bowl after Super Bowl after Super Bowl. So I think the dynasty of the Chiefs is over. Officially.
Now the Chiefs, obviously, when we talked about Patrick Mahomes, we talk about bad teams and teams maybe the quarterback having to do too much. In the case of Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes did paper over some of those shortcomings. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes let the front office and the GM get away with maybe not bringing in top-end talent by just simply being good enough. Yeah. I remember when they lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes, parallel to the ground, throwing a ball that hits his receiver in the face mask, and it's not caught. Yeah. This guy is insane. He ends up winning. If this is the end of the dynasty, right, this iteration of it, They've won three rings, 2020, 2023, 2024. Do you think this injury, because there's two questions here, obviously. The Chiefs get compared to the Patriots a lot, right? That Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and for obvious reasons.
Just dominant.
The positions, the dominance. Do you think this injury ends Patrick Mahomes' bid at challenging Tom Brady as the GOAT? Because remember, Tom Brady had the same torn ACL, same age.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of parallels, but I'm curious to see, do you think Mahomes now has a chance to challenge that, or has Brady kind of been too good for too long, and this injury kind of hampers Mahomes more as a mobile quarterback?
There is no argument that Patrick Mahomes is already a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's already he's going to go down as top 5 of all time. There's no question. He is incredible. I hate to say it. He is probably the best quarterback besides, well, see, me growing up watching football, I was watching not necessarily the best parts of Tom Brady, even though I watched him win countless Super Bowls, but he wasn't at his greatest. I've seen every single last moment of Patrick Mahomes just being that guy, just the best of the best. So there is no argument. He is going to go down as one of the greatest. However, I don't think that he now, because Tom Brady is known for taking less money on a contract to go out and get more superstar talent to help out wide receiver, repay Gronkowski, get a new wide receiver, get a new running back, get some O-linemen. He has done that countless times. I think in today's age of how inflated contracts are, especially for quarterbacks, I don't think the Chiefs have enough breathing room to even attempt Tom Brady. So I think after this season, they lose Travis Kelce. Their running back room is still awful. They're not going to have a great pick because they still did decent, and there's plenty of teams far worse than them.
Yeah.
So unless they can, I mean, they would. I can't even fathom like what they would have to do to kind of regain what they had 3 years ago. But I just think it's out of the picture. But there's no harm in being second to Tom Brady. I mean, so if anything, Patrick Mahomes is still like I said, one of the greatest. I don't think there's any harm in him not being as good as Tom Brady, but
no, certainly not. But then that would lead to my next question, which is, I remember a couple of years ago there was, and debate maybe too strong a word, a conversation that Travis Kelce could challenge Gronkowski for the title of greatest tight end of all time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I ever bought that. I think Gronkowski was just on a different level of dominance. But I would think after the way the last few years of this career has ended out and the way this dynasty ends, Travis Kelce, top 3 tight end of all time? Top 5? Like, but I think we were a little hasty minting him. Yeah. A little hasty minting him as like better than Gronk.
Yeah. I've always viewed it as they've never had a wide receiver that you can remember their name. I mean, they had DeAndre Hopkins for a minute there.
They had Tyreek Hill.
Okay, well, fair. That's fair enough. I forgot about him.
I mean, aside from him, sure, yeah.
But there's always it happened against the Texans this week. Trey McBride, a tight end that no one really like. I didn't. I mean, I've heard of him obviously just from fantasy and whatnot, but I had never I never have watched him play. That guy is the 4th leader in receiving yards this season among everybody. So wide receivers included, he is number 4. But when you look at them play, the guy had 13 receptions as a tight end.
Oh, so it's dink and dunk type guy.
When the only weapon you have is that weapon, you're going to create scenarios where he can be the most successful that he's going to be. And I think Travis Kelce kind of fell into that. But Gronkowski kind of never was that, is why my argument for why Gronkowski, there's no comparison. I think Gronkowski is just one of the most dominant, giant really stupid human beings of all time.
He used CTE as a weapon. Yeah, no, we can say that.
He's the lord of CTE. I mean, have you ever seen the episode of maybe you're not a Family Feud guy. I'm a huge Family Feud guy. They have done
Can't
celebrity
say I am.
versions. Gronkowski's
No.
entire family. It was 5v5. It was the Gronkowski family versus I believe it was Snoop Dogg's family on a celebrity
That's an
episode.
insane crossover, by the way.
I think that's what it was. It might have not been Snoop Dogg's family, but those brothers, all of his brothers were on there, and his dad. I don't know if it might not just be CT. It just might be.
You
genetic.
think it's hereditary?
I think so. Every single one of those guys was like, "Hey, I'm that guy." Like it was. They were all like that. So it might have not been CTE because, and that family is the weirdest dynamic of all time. You have Gronkowski, who is just a monster of a man, and then his little brother, who's like 5'6", and then he's got another brother that's like 6'4", and then another brother who's like very average. It was insane. I don't know.
That's awesome.
We might have. See, this is why we need Brett, because he kind of, at least, wrangles me back into the topic at hand.
Look, Brett has, including you and me, at least 3 children. He's well on his way to being Philip Rivers status, so we wish him well.
He's very
in that
close.
endeavor. Speaking of
Yeah.
Philip Rivers, got him. Looked better than expected, you know?
They almost, for a minute there, had me scared. At the first quarter, I was like, holy shit. I was like, is Philip Rivers going to come out here and beat the Seattle Seahawks?
And he almost did.
He almost did. In the first quarter, it was 6-13 Colts. I was like,
Yeah.
I was actually afraid for a minute because he didn't look great. I mean, 18 to
He
27.
looked like a
120.
44-year-old who was retired and came back.
But
yeah.
it kind of, at the first quarter, it looked like he was able to command it and kind of get them in a good direction. I was very worried.
I hate to be like old man yells at clouds about this. Dude, I think the old quarterbacks were correct. Like, this new generation of quarterbacks just does not process the game the same way.
They don't.
And, like, you can tell, like, Philip Rivers, his arm was like pulled pork. Like, you could tell, like, he
so
just
ugly.
The talent was still there, but
Yeah.
it was not like what he. But the reads he was making and the windows he was putting balls in,
was insane.
knowing he did not have that talent still, was like, Jesus Christ, man.
First
like,
off, the nuts on the guy, because he's still throwing deep. He was still trying. So the nuts on that guy to go out there against the Seattle Seahawks of all teams, who are a top 3 defense easily in the league, to go out there, throw it. He threw 1 interception, but that's it. I was fully expecting it to be a complete embarrassment. I think he was only sacked twice, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he was only sacked 1 time against one of the best rushing defenses in the league,
which is insane because he's a pocket quarterback.
Yeah,
like, you know, if anyone's going to take some hits, it's the 44-year-old pocket QB. No,
he found a way to make it happen. Very lackluster game, but that was also his first week starting. So, I mean, it could only get better from here, technically.
I mean, yeah, if they stick with him, I wouldn't be shocked. Now, there's always the downside. You have to think of, like, okay, after playing a game in the NFL, what are you going to look like next week?
Yeah.
Like, when you feel those injuries?
I bet his arm is just fucking dead today. He's not practicing this week.
He's doing the ice compression, ice. Like,
they got him in the fucking oxygen tank. Like I said,
his grandchild is like, Grandpa, pick me up. He's like, I can't. Sorry.
No. You're okay, buddy. Yeah, no, but what a set of nuts on that guy to go out there and not perform as awful as I had intended. He outperformed the Seahawks in many ways, and he was very close to leading them to a victory. I mean, 2-point game. A field goal would have won that game for the Indianapolis Colts with 44-year-old Philip Rivers. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's props to him. It's something that I don't know if you watch Brett Coleman on YouTube. Breaks down a lot of football stuff, and he had a video on why college quarterbacks seem to struggle more in the NFL now. Part of it's like we don't give them time to develop. Part of it is just the game in college is so much different. And it's like the whole crux of it is like the young quarterbacks don't have to read a field. They don't have to look at coverage. Everybody's athletic enough. You can just run away from your deficiencies and throw the ball.
Exactly.
Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, unfortunately for him. Okay, we'll talk about... Oh, wait, shit, we still got the Texans. We've been doing this 30 minutes already. We ain't ending this early.
Hey, speed round. Panthers lost to the Saints 20-17. Sorry, Brett.
Crazy.
Your team fucking blows.
And I told you it was going to happen, buddy. I told you. Micah Parsons ACL tear. Non-contact, which means...
That video was tough.
That video was very tough. Watching him try to hit the outside, I hate shit like that. It's disgusting. It'll never change just because it's the NFL and people are almost too athletic now for their own bodies. Like I don't think the human body has caught up to how athletic people are.
There's an argument to be made for that, certainly. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I can even think back to when the Texans first overall pick they drafted Jadeveon Clowney, who was a fucking menace. But he was just too athletic for his body. A guy that tall and that big cannot move that fast. It just is what it is. It's very sad, but he's just a beast. He'll bounce back, obviously. I mean, Micah Parsons is a once in a fucking lifetime talent. Just a generational athlete. He'll be back. It just sucks that what happened. You never want to see that.
Nope.
Browns and Bears, Shadur Sanders, awful game.
18-35, 3 points,
3 interceptions. They had the same amount of points as he had interceptions. Caleb Williams continues to just roll on ahead. The
Bears.
He is looking like a fucking menace to society. Jaguars beat the Jets in a huge blowout. Trevor Lawrence had 6 total touchdowns. Insane.
That'll play.
I can't say, oh, that's one because it was against the Jets. They've completely given up on maybe not their offense, but their defense. They kept Breece Hall, but they've just completely offloaded their defense. So impressive win, obviously impressive performance, but kind of anything else? Vikings beat the Cowboys. Crazy 9.
Hey. 9 turned into fucking Tom Brady there. That was crazy.
Leave it to the Cowboys defense to let 9 fucking look like prime Tom Brady.
That's tough.
Let's see. We talked about did we get Bills? Yeah, we got Bills Patriots. Commanders Giants boring. Commanders won somehow, which they've been looking like shite since the whole Jaden Daniels situation. 49ers, Titans, 49ers. Hey, congrats to Brett. This is congratulations to Brett.
Congratulations to Brett.
Your team beat the worst team in the NFL. Good job, buddy. Titans securing yet again just the number 1 overall pick.
Every Titans game makes me laugh because I'll tune in for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's Cam Ward. Yeah, it's Cam Ward trying his fucking best to not get annihilated on the field, throwing a ball, and his receiver is just not catching it.
Yeah. It's like that song. Right. And he's just throwing bombs. To be fair, Cam Ward, minus what the stats say, he actually doesn't look that bad. His receivers are just that bad. His receivers
I saw multiple balls that game. Hit hands and drop.
Right through the fucking hands. I can't remember the receiver's name. It's his number 1 guy. Oh, wait, he doesn't have a number 1 guy. That's right. Never mind. I lost the point there because, he doesn't have a number 1 guy.
Yeah, don't ask me Titans trivia. I couldn't answer.
Yeah, shite. I don't know one of them. I know Tony Pollard, but... Yeah, see, that's why...
that guy.
That's why I don't think they can give up on Cam Ward. He doesn't look great just because of the team. And I'm a Titans hater to the death of me, but don't give up on Cam Ward yet. I think he can be good. Rams beat the Lions, which I think the Lions might be done. I had them picked to win the Super Bowl this year. Over the last couple weeks, They have not
Ooh.
looked exciting. They have not looked like themselves. Let's just put it that way. I know they've obviously I think they still make the playoffs. I need to look at the standings. Obviously, um, let's see here. They have to. Oh wow, they are third in the NFC North. Wow, they might maybe make a wild card because there's quite a few teams right on their tail. I don't think they actually are going to make the playoffs.
Tough
Um,
look.
yeah, because Buccaneers are winning NFC South. The NFC West is Rams with 11 wins, Seahawks with 11 wins, 49ers with 10 wins. Then you have the Bears with 10, Packers with 9. Then Lions with 8. Then it's Eagles 9. They might be able to sneak in a wild card, but they have to win out. Very disappointing. Seems like the just a Lions thing to do is just
Yeah.
kind of just be disappointing towards the end. I know, 3 years ago they finally had made it to like their NFC champion game or whatever, and that was like that was the Super Bowl for them, to be honest. But still depressing because I just think that team is awesome. I love Dan Campbell. I love Jared Goff. Their running back David Montgomery, Jamar Gibbs. They're just it's just a cool group of people. So it sucks to see them fall off heavily. We'll go. I'll just talk briefly about the Texans before we talk some basketball. Uh, Texans, man. Uh, I was expecting to at least have 70 points by the end of this game. The defense still played their asses off. They did get cooked by Trey McBride, as I stated earlier. Sorry, it wasn't 13 receptions; it was 12. 132 yards and 2 touchdowns for a tight end. That guy is incredible. I'll give my left nut and my right nut. Honestly, I'll give I'll give the whole package. You can have the wiener and both balls.
No.
Make
Whoa.
Trey McBride a Texan for free, so we can keep other people. But what I'm saying is I'll give that up as some sort of ritualistic voodoo, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Just make it happen, and you can have it all. Kyle McNair, Nick Casario, whoever's out there listening to me. On the other end, Jawar Jordan, NFL debut. He's a little man. He's 26 years old, 5'10", 186 as a running back.
Ooh.
So, I mean, not the smallest man ever, but very little.
He's a brick wall.
NFL debut, 101 yards off 15 carries. Very, very good performance by him. I was very impressed. Woody Marks went out pretty early because, I mean, they actually put that guy in a blender week by week. They're just like, you know what, Woody will do it, and he's like, you know what, I fucking will, and he just goes out there and he throws his body at shit. He's got no regard for his own safety. I love it as a fan because it's incredible to watch. Just the disregard for his own safety. He just wants to win. But Jawar Jordan, I mean, 140 yards through receiving and rushing. Very impressive. CJ Stroud, great game, mistake-free, 22 of 29, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. I believe he was only sacked once, which is rare for sacked one time. Very rare for CJ.
Clean sheet.
Yep. Nico Collins eclipsed 1,000 yards this game. Very impressive.
Good for him.
Just another season of just being a fucking dog. 2 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz, tight end. He looks great. I love the way they utilize him now. I think the first 2 years of him being here, it was kind of just throw to Nico, throw to. I think he wasn't getting as much love as he deserved. I think he's a very solid, not blocking tight end, but he's just a very solid guy that can catch the ball and get you some yards. Defense, so
Defense
good.
will mug you with bike locks and socks.
Oh, man.
Not much you can do about it.
They just look like they want to kill people. Just watching them fly around. Kamari Lassiter was questionable this whole entire week. There was reports from the Texans that he was hurt. He was probably not going to play. Yada yada yada. Actually, that was during the Chiefs. So he was hurt then. He's hurt now. There's the dog that lives inside of Kamari Lassiter is like no other dog. He just is. I wish that two guys on the same team could make all pro, especially two corners. I don't think that has ever happened. I don't think it'll happen here. I mean, Kamari Lester's impeccable. As impeccable as he is, Derek Stingley is just that much better. Watching those two guys side by side makes me tear up. Kimmy Fairbairn, you're my GOAT. I mean, 4 field goals. We didn't really need you, but you were very helpful. Thank you to the Texans. You live to see another week in my eyes. Nick Caley, though, you're fired. You're still fucking fired. I hate you. There's nothing you can do at this point to make me like you, Nick Caley. So just leave. Just leave. Anyways, we shall talk ball now.
Hoops talk.
Okay, so now this is the part of the show where Cameron takes over, the hoops guy. I've actually been neglecting my hoops for quite. It's been at least 2 weeks since I've really sat down and enjoyed. I did see the other night. I honestly can't remember the game, but it was after our last episode. Is the last one that I watched. I'm not 100% sure what game that was.
You are not like tapped into like
I'm
UNC.
not tapped in. No.
You're not.
Wait, is that my Tar
your
Heels?
favorite? Yeah, your favorite college team, the UNC Tar Heels.
Oh yeah,
College of Michael Jeffrey Jordan himself.
Oh, he is one of my favorites of all time. I'm gonna be honest. He's the next Jordan.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the next Jordan. You are correct. I do believe so.
Yes. Oh wait, we're not
I'd like to
sponsored by
issue
Topo Chico.
I would like to issue a slight correction. On my very first episode, we did the nicknames segment, which we're going to revisit, rest assured, all you nickname heads.
You did send me the Spur. That was impeccable.
The Spurs broadcast did rip off a couple of nice nicknames. I think, what was yours, French Vanilla? Was that your favorite?
Vanilla, which the fact that it's two, like a duo has a nickname
The
like
duo is always cool.
that eclipses any sort of singular player's nickname,
right?
In my opinion,
Luke Cornett and Victor Wembanyama, French Vanilla, very good one.
Oh,
couple others, Stefan Castle and Luke Cornett, White Castle. It's just a lot of hey, here's a white guy sort of thing. But in that original segment, we were talking about Austin Reeves, and they called him the Hillbilly Mamba.
Yes.
And I was trying to think of nicknames for him. I would like to point out he does have a much better nickname that exists.
Oh, he does.
His nickname is AR-15, which is ripping. Awesome nickname.
Whoa.
It is, of course, it's derivative of Andrei Kirilenko, AK-47.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's sick as fuck, dude.
Those are. So I don't want to be remiss. He does have a better nickname than Hillbilly Mamba. I didn't have it off the top of my head.
What's crazy is, I'm going to look this up real quick, but I think Anthony Richardson, his nickname is AR-15 because he is awesome. AR. Oh, yeah. No, he's AR. Okay, he's number 5. For some reason, I thought that they called him AR-15. I was going to say that's a crazy kind of whatever, but no, he's not AR-15.
No, but I do agree. Duo nicknames are so much better than anything else you could possibly think of. Splash Brothers, legendary,
incredible.
Sorry,
I love it. Yeah,
top tier. But let's get to the things that matter. The top of everybody's mind is the fact that the Spurs beat OKC to advance to the Cup final. We had just done a segment, the last episode, talking about when would the Thunder lose next.
We did not say Spurs, I don't think.
Yeah, I had said the Spurs, but I had said the Spurs when they played on Christmas. Yeah. I was not thinking it would be this soon.
Yeah.
But the Spurs beat OKC by 2 points. I don't know if you tapped in fully on that game, but just so you're aware. Yeah, Victor Wembanyama only played 21 minutes. He played about half the game.
That's
he finished
insane.
with 22 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
Jesus Christ. So he's going to be one of the greatest of all time.
And yet, I think there's a genuine conversation to be had about, like, if he stays healthy, does he just because if he plays 17 years, is he just the greatest player ever? And the answer is maybe. And I mean, he wasn't the only one doing it, right? De'Aaron Fox had 22. Stephon Castle had 22. Devin Vassell had 23. Like, they had a lot of production from a lot of guys. And it was a really... Last week we talked about when do you take a shot at the OKC Thunder. The Spurs kind of proved, like, we don't have to trade for Giannis. Like, we can beat them.
Just do it now.
On the flip side of it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 29 points. Just an efficient masterclass. Chet Holmgren, Jalen Williams each had 17. Alex Caruso with 11. I only bring up Alex Caruso because after the game, he was a little bit salty, thinking that he had gotten fouled, which is just very funny coming from OKC.
Yeah.
Alex Caruso after the game on Twitter telling people that they can't talk ball with him because they don't fucking play in the NBA, which I think is very funny. Like, dude, if you're a professional athlete, you have to do what Kevin Durant does, which is just roast people. You cannot act like
Kevin Durant's Twitter is one of my favorites of all time. They'll talk shit and he's like, "Oh, really? Oh, is that what I do?"
Kevin Durant is so funny because he also has some pretty dog shit takes, but he defends them so vehemently, you just have to respect it.
I believe there's an interview where he calls it his morning coffee, right? When he gets on Twitter, that's just what he does.
It's so awesome.
He's mastered Twitter.
It's awesome that he mastered it. He's so good at it now. We forget he did have a burner account.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Kevin Durant with a burner was a real scandal, like, fucking a decade ago.
Before everyone had a burner account, he was kind of the OG of the burner.
Yeah, at least he was the first exposed burner, right?
Yeah.
Dude, if like, fucking Ben Wallace existed when Twitter was a thing, like, he'd have a burner, absolutely. Look around the league just to update the standings. Pistons are still number 1 in the East.
Insane.
Knicks. Yeah, the East is exactly as you and I had expected it. It is the Pistons, the Knicks, the Celtics, the Magic, the Raptors, and the Heat. We had talked before the season. This is exactly what we would expect. No, it's absolutely insane. The Bulls.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, the Pacers were just in the finals, and now they are dirt bottom.
The Pacers, to be fair, remember, lost Tyrese Halliburton to an Achilles. But 6-20 is probably worse than anybody thought they would play.
I would have said at least top 10, but they
in the East certainly.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They are the bottom of the barrel of the entire league, pretty much. I mean,
yeah, they are just above the Wizards, which is like not saying a ton.
Hey, shout out to Wizards 420.
I was playing in the trade machine earlier, seeing like what the Wizards could trade away to get better. The answer is nothing. They're just doomed there
for the next 20 years. The Bucks are a surprising, very low caliber team.
Dude, the Bucks are going to end up trading Giannis. I feel like just because, like, I was looking at teams and trades. He is paid so much money, and he should be. He's worth every cent.
Yeah.
But, like, everybody else on that team is either not good or overpaid. Yeah. And it's like, you can't do anything with that.
There's no wiggle room.
There's none at all. It's literally to, like... And the Bucks don't own their own picks. So, like, even if you're bad, you can't get anything from it. Like, you are not in a good spot.
Yeah.
In the West, obviously, Thunder running away. They'll win the West by 20 games pretty easily.
At least.
Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Spurs, T-Wolves, Suns, Warriors, right above the Grizzlies. Sorry, Brett, who are right above the Mavericks.
Ooh. Sorry, Brett. Your team sucks. They just lost to the fucking Jazz.
It's bleak. And now we were just lauding Zach Edey last episode, and then he got hurt for like a month.
Yeah,
so
you said it to Brett.
Yeah, nothing
I
good.
think he told me. What did you say? His heart, or not even his heart? It was more than his heart that was broken, right?
Yeah, it was like his spirit or something. Brett can never have anything nice, and for that, we do apologize.
To be fair, to not be fair to Brett. Brett is a man of no loyalty towards a fan base.
Whoa! Saying this when he can't defend himself? Please speak more.
Yeah, Brett. he's all over the place. I mean, besides the St. Louis Blues, he has no hometown, nothing. He lived in California for a little while, so now he's a 49ers fan. He's lived in Texas, I believe, longer than he ever lived there, but refuses to pledge allegiance to the Texans or the
Crazy.
Rockets. So Brett, you know what? Good. I'm glad you can't watch
Good
a good game.
riddance.
I'm glad you can't watch a game and enjoy it. But all seriousness, yeah, it's not looking good for them, Brett. Sorry to you, brother.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's tough.
next year. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe next year. Let's
Yeah.
thumbs up on that.
Yeah, after you get rid of Ja Morant and everyone else on your team, maybe.
Well, speaking of getting rid of Ja Morant, today, December 15th, any player that signed a contract in the summer is eligible to be traded.
That is right. I forgot that today's the day the Rockets can trade for someone.
A point guard.
Yeah.
Now, what point guard is out there that they can get? That's a different question.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet has basically a de facto no trade clause, so any improvement they may make will have to be along the fringes. I know we've talked about Tari Eason, we've talked about some other guys. I know what's his name? Dorian Finney-Smith hasn't suited up for you all yet. He's injured, but you might be able to get something for him. His contract is about $12 million. But exciting times around the league. Between Christmas Day, right, is when you can kind of really start paying attention.
Yeah.
Things start kicking into motion. So you're familiar with J.J. Redick, the Lakers coach, former podcaster extraordinaire, Duke Blue Devil, right? He had a podcast prior to being a coach called The Old Man and the Three. Obviously a riff on Old Man and the Sea, where he would bring on former NBA players, coaches, things of that nature, and he would interview them. He's now a coach, so he's not doing the podcast. And the podcast itself is spun off now into a podcast called The Young Man and the Three. With, I'm drawing a blank on the co-host, but a former Ringer employee and Cam Johnson, who is now with the Denver Nuggets.
I will look this up for you.
Yeah, on The Young Man and the Three, Cam Johnson was asked, which NBA players basically do you think could make the transition to play football? And Cam Johnson's answer was interesting. He basically said, a lot fewer than you would think. So I wanted to get your take on it. We can go player by player, and I'll throw some guys at you for your consideration. But on the topic of a dual sport athlete, we've seen, right, like... what is it? Deion Sanders do it.
Yep.
We've seen a couple of football
Bo
players
Jackson.
play baseball. Bo Jackson. But we haven't seen a whole lot of basketball and football. And again, their seasons overlap, right? That's probably the main reason.
It's almost impossible.
Right. But do you think there could ever be an NBA player who is not maybe... let's forget about the schedules overlapping. Who is just good enough at both sports that they could play both at the same time?
I think there is very few. The build of an NFL athlete is just different. And me saying that is I don't think there's probably any NFL players that could go and play in the NBA.
Right.
I don't think there's a single guy. I think there's very few NFL or NBA guys that could go and make the transition. I mean, obviously, if like a freak athlete like LeBron James. Maybe not
LeBron
now,
at 27.
obviously.
Yeah.
Him then, he could have done it. I mean, there's Giannis, I've got to imagine, could play some sort of role on an NFL team and be very successful. The guy is just a massive human being with mitts for hands. So there are players like that. Who is it? Anthony Edwards? Yeah, Anthony
Edwards was the name that popped to my mind, who was a prodigious football player before committing to basketball. If any NBA athlete,
he could probably still do it to this. Well, I mean, I guarantee he could still do it to this day. Where you would put him, I could see Anthony Edwards as a fucking monster running back. To be honest, I think the quickness, the agility, the ability to change direction quickly, crossing people over, I think he would be incredible.
Interesting, because if I had Anthony Edwards, I would put him at safety.
Really? Okay, I like that too, though.
I would put him over the top and say, "Listen, buddy, either you blow some
Yeah,
receiver up or you go for the
intercepted.
ball."
Yeah.
Because I feel like with his
Okay.
height, he's what, like 6'6"?
Yeah,
Like
that is true. That's
six
too
six
big
with
for
that
that's too big for a
with that
running
type
back.
of athleticism and quickness. I mean, either that or tight end, right?
Yeah.
The de facto answer for every NBA player is like, "Oh, you put him at tight end." Like, yeah, we get
Yeah.
it. They're big guys, but
Yeah.
it
I'd
was
like to
interesting
see
'cause-
any tall person at tight end, to be honest. So that means nothing.
Right, dude.
Me saying I want to see that guy
Look.
at tight end, it means nothing.
put Giannis at tight end, like he'd do well.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he's 7
Yeah,
feet
no
tall.
shit.
Like,
Holy shit!
he's
wait,
a red zone threat.
Oh, okay. I saw his wingspan at first. I was like, he's 6'9". No, he's 6'4".
Edwards, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, dude, honestly, he could play probably anywhere besides quarterback.
Anthony
Or
Edwards strikes
line.
me as that. Donovan Mitchell is another one.
Mhm.
Again, in that same range of like 6'4",
Yeah.
guard, kind of shifty,
Just mean.
athletic. Yeah.
Just a
But,
a crazy dog demeanor. Anthony Edwards is just like, you know that he would love to light people up.
Dude, Anthony Edwards is my favorite athlete to hear interviews from
Mhm.
because he's like, "Oh yeah, I could play baseball." They're like, "What position?" He's like, "Which one's the most important?" Like, shortstop, I'll do that. It's like, I don't doubt it, but
Yeah.
like, I don't know if you could hit a baseball.
Yeah. Enough training that guy would be great on any. He's just an athlete.
Well, and that's what Cam Johnson's point was, which is like, right now probably no NBA player, but if you, and then his co-host would ask him, he's like, how long would it take for an NBA player to get in like NFL conditioning?
Yeah.
And Cam Johnson was like, dude, probably like a legit year of training, practice, conditioning, which is not like an obscene answer at all,
No.
but it's just really interesting because I don't know if you heard it, but like growing up as a basketball player, I heard football players be like, "Oh, I could come in like fucking start on your team."
No, you
Like man, like dude, in a rec team where there's no referee calling what is just like flagrant fouls. Yeah, man, you 100% could. Like you have 40 pounds on me.
Yeah.
But at the highest level, like these athletes are like, yeah, no, I would get my shit rocked.
Yeah. I think that the NBA players are the most athletic, but in such a niche way. I think that's why it would be impossible for any athlete in any other sport to do what they do. But I also don't think that, like, just because they're such a niche athlete, yes, they are mega athletes, just in a different way. I think they are probably the most just talented as far as, I mean, hand-eye coordination, movement, bounce. Like, they just have to kind of do it all. But there's just not like I'm looking at lists like these teams, and there are not very many guys that I could see ever play NFL other than Anthony Edwards.
You're basically
other
looking
than like the stupid Giannis can play tight end, obviously. He can run
other
the
than like
straight
the
line and
one
catch a
of
ball.
one, unicorns, because you're looking for a very specific archetype. And again, NBA athleticism and NFL athleticism, there's a lot of overlap. Obviously, like can you run fast? Can you jump high? But like the nitty gritty stuff of like is your body built to rotate this way? Can you flip
Can you
your
dribble a fucking ball? That's like one of the hardest things of all time.
And so it's interesting, and that was always my agreement with Cam Johnson was like, to get to any sport professionally, you have to specialize so focused on your body. But yeah, for an NBA player, you're looking for an archetype of like between 6'2" and 6'6", like athletic guard.
Yeah.
Outside of that, like could Jason Tatum be a wide receiver? Yeah, absolutely. But he's 6'9".
Yeah.
Like,
And to see a guy like that get hit for the first time, it would.
That's the thing where it's like,
can you take a hit?
Do you want a 7-footer taking a shot from some dude who's been blowing dudes up his whole life?
That would be the main deciding factor that I don't think a lot of people take into consideration is, yes, I know you can play fucking wide receiver. You're an athlete. You're a generational athlete. But the first time you get hit, is it going to be fucking over for you? Like, you're just going to quit? You're going to throw your helmet to the side? Like, what happens? Because I know, obviously, they can... Like I said, I don't think any other athlete can play in the NBA, but a lot of athletes say that they can play in the NFL. That's the main factor. It's like I love the UFC. So
Yeah.
watching these wrestlers that are generational talent wrestlers come into the UFC or boxers where they just stand there and they punch. Watching
Yeah.
them take a leg kick for the first time or get taken down for the
And you
first time,
see on their
you see
face,
it.
like,
It's immediately.
processing.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, where the fuck am I? I remember, I can't remember the guy's name. He was a very promising kickboxer in the Japanese scene. And the UFC stuck him straight into a title fight against a fighter, Alessandro Pantoja, who's been the champion forever. He's a dog. The moment that guy felt Alessandro Pantoja, who has been in the UFC forever, been fighting, wrestling, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Right.
The moment they met, you could see on that guy's face, he was like, holy shit, why did they do this to me? Because it was just a different it's just a different animal. So that's my only thing, and that's why I think Anthony Edwards would be okay playing in the NFL, is because it seems like he could take a hit and be like, get right back up and be like shit talking in someone's face.
And he was, I mean, he had football offers in high school.
Yeah.
He's not a stranger
Yeah.
at all. On that topic, actually, do you know who the #1 ranked flag football quarterback in the U.S. is?
Oh, I know
As
it's
in,
a
like,
weird one.
As
I
in,
just
like,
saw
it's a
this.
name you've heard. It's a name you've certainly heard. And as in, like, the U.S. Olympic team is trying to get him to play quarterback. Can you guess it without Googling?
I even try to Google it. It's a quarterback.
No. The #1 ranked U.S. flag football quarterback, by some metrics, somebody's going to yell at me, by certain rankings, is like 40-something-year-old Rajon Rondo.
That's right. That is right. I saw that on the thing forever ago. That's right. Rajon Rondo, #1.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So not to say Rajon Rondo could go Phillip Rivers in the NFL, but in flag football, when you're not getting blown up, Rajon Rondo's kind of cold.
Well, you know what? He could probably do better than Shadur Sanders is doing right now. Yeah, you should probably give him a shot. No, whoa, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. I read that so wrong. I thought I looked up Rajon Rondo and I thought it said the Google searches. Brett, cut this out. I thought it said Rajon Rondo retarded, but it says retired. But I just read it at first glance and was like, what the hell? That's what it said. Okay, Brett, come back in.
So, the last topic before we wrap it up, because I hit about an hour of time. It's another segment of things that piss me off, which I'm sure everybody tunes in.
I love it. I love this.
And we talked about it pre-pod. NBA Twitter in general makes me furious, and I have a very pretentious view of basketball in the sense that I think I know hoops. I think you and I both know hoops. We're on a sports podcast with two white guys. Sorry, Brett, you're excluded.
Go back to your family,
there are these
Brett.
there are these big accounts that on Twitter, which oftentimes I follow just because they post news or highlights and I keep up. And one of them, and I don't want to name their name, not because anything bad will happen, but just because they infuriate me. I made a post, and you can Google it. You can find this probably. And it was like Steph Curry. And for those of you who are unaware, which is insane if you're listening to this, Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, has won 4 titles with the Golden State Warriors, arguably a top 3 point guard of all time.
Yeah.
By no means is an average NBA player.
If you make a top 5 of a team you want, he's on my top 5. If I get to create the best fantasy team
every time.
Yeah.
If it's hey, I need 5 guys to play for the fate of the universe, Steph is at point guard, and it's not a debate.
Yeah, no. Prime Steph is on everybody's team. And if he's not,
2016 Steph Curry, check out. Yeah. I mean, he terrorized your team for fucking years.
Ever.
Yeah, forever. For as long as you've been around.
He made me hate playoff basketball.
But this account had said that Steph does not have elite speed, quickness, or vertical, and that it was his work ethic and dedication to his craft that led to him being great. And this dovetails into our athleticism conversation. And if you're going to make this statement, I need you to turn in your basketball badge. It is the dumbest, most brain dead take I have ever heard in my life. Because Steph Curry is a 6'3", 190-pound man.
Yeah.
That alone is a genetic lottery.
Yeah.
Okay, like this is not like 5'6" Muggsy Bogues coming in. This is 6'3", 190. If you walked by him on the street, you go, "Damn, that's a pretty big dude." Also, can jump high enough to dunk, which like is important. He has a good enough vertical, but the single most like defining factor of Steph Curry's game is that at his peak, 2016, 2017, go back and watch clips of him. He is moving with the ball like he is floating through air.
He owns the
He
fucking
is
ball.
insanely quick, and his hand-eye coordination is literally
Unmatched.
second to none.
Yeah.
And I know everybody's like, athleticism is like running and jumping.
It's
At
so
the
much.
professional sports level,
Yeah.
that is literally the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Like, all of them can run and jump. Fucking JJ Redick could run and jump. I think he has like 6 career
First of all,
dunks.
most of the time, it's can your body even handle that? Like
Right.
I can run and jump, but if I try to do it, both of my legs would be ripped to shreds muscle wise, and it would be a disaster. So
Dude, put me on an NBA court. The second I go up and
My
I
ankle's
land
gone.
even... Anthony Edwards is going to contest me. I'm going to land weird. Both of my ACLs are gone. My ankles are broken. Like, they're hobbling
the
me
soles
out
of my
of there.
shoes are gonna explode out of the shoe.
And so the reason this upsets me more than anything, I'm a Steph guy, but that's not it. The reason is because we are undermining Steph's preternatural gifts of like hand-eye coordination, his stamina, his conditioning, his balance, his core, like all of these other facets. And we are throwing all of that away. He is the son of Del Curry, who was an NBA player for like 15 years. Like, this is not some guy who just woke up one day and started training really hard.
Yeah.
He shoots the ball like it is a gift from God. And his dedication only refines that.
Yeah.
And my big issue with that sort of account, because I know there are coaches and there are basketball people who will take that sort of thing as an example of like, you don't have to be the biggest or the fastest or the strongest. And you are entirely right. And I think basketball should be a game for all ages and all skill levels. It is a fantastic way to build a community. But at some point, you have to be honest with kids who are looking forward. If you are 5'6" and you are 19,
and a white guy.
Amount of hard, the unspoken part, no amount of hard work is going to make you Steph Curry. Like, at a certain point, right, dude, you're 5'6" and you're super athletic, but you're 5'6". Go be Jose Altuve. Like, go play baseball. Go make millions of dollars. But
go be a punter in the football or fucking something.
Right, to sit here and be like, Steph's hard work and dedication made him the greatest shooter of all time.
I did find the post, by the way.
You did?
a lot of, honestly, genuinely, my problem with sports Twitter nowadays is everything. And I mean everything. It's so rare to find a post now that isn't just engagement farming.
And that's what this is.
They make money.
Yeah, like I recognize this is engagement bait.
And it's just so bad, though. It tarnishes like what you've created. I see so many times where it's like you said, oh, it doesn't have quickness, doesn't have this, doesn't have that. Or it's even fans of other teams. Like, everyone just engagement farms now. It's so... They need to create a fucking app that just isn't for that. Like, I want a real news app now. Like, there's nothing like that anymore.
And this is very like pot calling kettle black, because we are also in the sports media space, basically doing the same thing. So, like, I understand the hypocrisy of it. But that one stuck out to me as, like, so egregious in the sense of, like, just not correct. Because a lot of time it's like, I remember the old reference I always give is like, Rockets fans, I talked about how I always see dumbass Rocket Twitter takes. But Rockets fans back in like 2018 were like, James Harden is actually really good on defense. But he's just a really good post defender. He's not a really good perimeter defender, but like, he can handle guys who are bigger than him in the post. And like, they cite all of these like stats and metrics and stuff, and like, yeah, look, he's probably a better post defender than like he should have been, and you can give him credit for that. But they would say that and then follow it up with, even LeBron James doesn't want to back James Harden down.
Yeah,
LeBron
okay.
James doesn't have to. LeBron James blows by him. Like,
yeah. He doesn't need to try. Yeah, no.
I get it. You got to rep your guy. I've pushed propaganda before, but let's be realistic with ourselves, man. I'm not sitting here being like Steph Curry.
Followers.
Right, Steph Curry could take on Wilt Chamberlain. Wilt couldn't guard Steph's shifty hand. Yes, he could. Wilt Chamberlain would smack that shit to the second row.
No, it's
anyway.
What honestly, it's all social media now. It's just ruined everything for me. It's unfortunate.
Social media makes me so upset. I can't go on it anymore.
Yeah.
I'll
Especially
go on it for like 30
stuff.
minutes a day.
If I want to look at sports stuff, I will just go on and type in Houston Texans because I don't want to see
I will
anyone's
legit
takes.
Google it.
Yeah. I don't want to see anyone's takes on them because it's going to piss me off. There's going to be someone that's like, oh, he looked like shit. Shut the fuck up.
My favorite is fans, and again, this is very NBA-centric, fans of bad teams like the Hornets who are doing fake trades with the Thunder. And it's like, I would give them like Con Knipple for like AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams, and they probably have to throw in a pick. The Hornets, the Thunder doesn't pick up the phone. We don't want
I
Con.
love the fantasy trade things that they always do. Who would say no to this? The other team, probably. In your case.
It's always like if you talk to fans of the team being spoken for, like I do this a lot with my dad who's a Celtics fan. There was a trade I'd seen which was like, would you trade, it was like Andrew Nemhard and Pascal Siakam for Jaylen Brown? It's like, those guys are so far apart in the stratosphere.
No, I wouldn't.
No?
Of
Wait,
course
did
the fans
Jaylen
of
Brown...
the opposing team are like, yeah, of course.
Or the fans of the opposing team are like, it'd be tough, but like Jaylen Brown probably helps this team. Dude, unless Jaylen Brown is tweeting out Kyrie Irving links, like, you take him every time. What do you mean?
Yeah, it is ridiculous. People have such a fucking I don't even know how to explain it, but they're just it's just being a fan.
It's just being a fan, right? And we can sit here and we can trash them, and then you and I will turn around tomorrow and be like, so if the Rockets trade like Tari Eason for Giannis, how do we feel about that?
Exactly.
I probably feel pretty good, right?
Yeah. And there's once a week, twice a week, where I think the Texans are going to win the Super Bowl, and then where they're just done for.
Right.
So
that's
just
being a real
mentality.
Fan. Yeah. True fans, every single day is a different outcome.
Yeah.
Like I tell Brett all the time, I'm like, the Warriors fucking suck. He's like, dude, what do you mean they won 4? It's like, yeah, but they also suck. They still blow chunks. Yeah, and then I get the tweet notification where it's like, the Warriors are interested in pursuing Anthony Davis. I'm like, yeah, they suck. They probably could use him. Then you look at like what we'd have to trade. It's like, we have to trade Draymond Green for Anthony. I don't know if I do that.
Does it make you better? I don't know.
Dude, you mean triple single for like D-point caliber D? We have to trade Jimmy Butler for Anthony I don't know if we do that. Meanwhile, our center rotation's Al Horford. Like, that's it. It's like, yeah, man, no, you probably should. Even if he's injured, just having him
is just it's an attitude changer.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I'm assuming you're a Draymond Green fan.
No. Actually, I'm a Warriors fan. We can end on this segment. Awesome, I despise Draymond Green. And I want to preface this with, I understand he's a basketball player and he's more successful than I'll ever be. I get it. I get that. He's 4 rings. He is indelible to the Warriors culture. We do not win 4 without him. I understand all of that. I 100% am not saying we would have won without him, or that he isn't important, or that he's not a Warrior for life. All of that being said, you can, and this is not like a hot take, there's Warriors fans who think this, you can probably trace Kevin Durant leaving to the way Draymond Green treated him. Mm-hmm. And like, Kevin Durant got injured in 2019, so it's not like we probably would have won more had he stayed. Like, 2020 was weird because Steph broke his arm, so maybe you win 1, but then you may not win 2022, right? So whatever, it's a wash. I'm not going to worry about that. Kevin Durant was soft. Draymond Green was way too rough and
way too hard.
Yeah, he didn't want to say it, but yeah. The part about Draymond Green that bothers me the most is he cold cocked Jordan Poole in the face. For no reason, like truly no reason. To the point where Steph Curry, who is ride or die for Draymond, I mean that's the only reason Draymond's still here, came out and was like, Jordan didn't do anything to deserve that, and we trade Jordan Poole, who isn't like lighting up the world, but would help on this roster.
Yeah, a young talent that you can mold.
Right. Who was playing like Steph Curry light when Steph wasn't on the floor. And so we trade Jordan Poole away, and we get in that weird death spiral of like, because we trade Jordan Poole, we bring in Chris Paul, and that doesn't really work out. And it's not Draymond's fault we didn't hit the picks of Kuminga and Wiseman. Like, that's not his fault, but those two not hitting meant like suddenly we were really dependent on like Nico Mannion playing with Steph and Dre and Clay. And then, you know, Clay had his decline, and so Clay leaves. And I don't fault him for it, but this entire time Draymond Green's on every podcast he's ever been on being like giving his opinion. And that's what we're doing. That's fine. I can't shit on that. But like at a certain point, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, and the antics were funny when it was 2017 and a Steph Curry 3 like
Meant
broke
nothing.
the other team.
Well, and it was like,
you know what I'm saying? Like Draymond Green like yelling at refs and getting teed up. He's like, "Oh, how could you? Oh, Steph just hit 7 shots in a row. I guess it's fine. Like, whatever. Who cares?" But now it's like, it just feels like petulant old man doesn't realize the league has passed him up. And like he's invaluable. Like he is single-handedly, or I guess along with Steph, they are prolonging Steph's prime because of the chemistry and the synergy they have, and I get that. But if you were to tell me, and I did this trade, I was like looking at it today. If you were to tell me like as a part of some trade package, you have to get rid of like Draymond Green, but you can bring back in like 3 younger guys, like
1,000,000%.
Like. You as the Warriors front office don't, because he means too much to you. Yeah. But me as a fan, I'm like,
obviously,
yeah, man, like we should, because there's always after 2022 there was always that idea of like we weren't supposed to win that one, and let's be honest, probably weren't supposed to. Like Steph Curry has to go fucking nuclear on that one because nobody else can make a shot. Andrew Wiggins plays the best basketball of his life and then promptly never does it again. But we beat the Celtics, and there's this sense of like happy ending. Awesome. Clay, Dre, Steph can ride off into the sunset, the end of the dynasty. But the Warriors front office were like, no, we still got it. Like, fucking double down. We're paying everybody. Like, it's like,
holy shit.
It's like, dude, I love Kevon Looney. Kevon's my dog. Like, he went to the New Orleans Pelicans and got paid. That's fantastic. It's like, you just see the gradual fragmenting of a championship, of a dynasty. And that's always how it's going to be. The Bird Celtics had that. Fucking the Spurs, the Duncan Spurs had that. The Warriors have the same thing where they're kicking out their last few breaths. But Draymond Green's attitude during that decline has just soured me on him. And it's really weird because I used to be a Draymond defender. I was like, he should have won like 3 depoys. He had fucking like 35 the last game before KD showed up, and also single-handedly ruined, the chances we had at KD and Jordan Poole and whatever came afterwards.
Well, and that's the main thing. There's always going to be an attitude changer in a locker room that can ruin or make you better. It's like Dylan Brooks with the Rockets. That's kind of an asshole guy to a lot of people in the league, but he really does change a culture, at least for the Rockets sense, for the better.
Yeah.
He made it more aggressive, they just seemed like they wanted to try as soon as he got there. But a Draymond Green has single-handedly pushed young talent out of Golden State.
Dude, and it's so funny because as a guy who has Draymond on his team, I fucking hated Dylan Brooks on the Grizzlies because that was a rivalry for like 3 years, and then he came to Houston, and again, I'm a Warriors fan. I just live in Houston. But once Harden had left, and I was like, all right, like I liked watching the Rockets. Dylan Brooks came in, and I was like, I fucking love this dude.
Yeah,
I was like, because he set the tone. He set the fucking tone.
Yeah,
and they traded him for KD, and I was like, I felt bad. I was like,
really
fuck,
did.
that's a big loss.
Yeah.
It sounds dumb to say, but it's a big loss.
I was way less upset about sending Jalen Green away, which I love Jalen Green. I was way less upset about that than I was Dylan Brooks. He was the only one that I was like, fuck. Even when they sent Cam Whitmore, I was like, it sucks because he's obviously
young guy.
a very talented, athletic individual. But, dude, no, the Dylan Brooks one actually hit me. I was like, fuck. I was like, that's just it.
My hope for Draymond Green is the pragmatic Warriors fan in me is like, look, whatever Steph wants, Steph is going to get. If he wants to play it out with Draymond and them, you owe it to him. And I can live with that. But if there ever is a time where you're looking to blow it up, trade it off, whatever, put Draymond Green on like the Hornets or the Pelicans or a team that needs a culture set. Get a pick or two back and just let him end his career fucking in the Chris Paul role of like, wow, this team is suddenly way better with him on it.
Yeah. He needs to go to the Washington Wizards.
I don't
they need a culture shift. He actually, honestly, as aggressive as the Detroit Pistons are, he would probably be perfect on that team.
God, in like the
Their
Tobias
practices
Harris
would be
role.
Disgusting. Their practices would be disgusting because they'd all be fighting each other.
He and Tobias Harris are making about the same amount of money. You could do that swap.
Yeah.
It would hurt me, but you could do that. Dude, that'd be nasty. That'd be disgusting.
Yeah. That Pistons team, no one would want to play them because you're either going to die on that fucking court or actually you're only...
Nobody...
that's it.
Dude, nobody can shoot on that team anyways, so Draymond Green there isn't like a detriment. Nobody can shoot.
Yeah. He's just an attitude extender. He wants to fight people.
You want to see what Asar Thompson looks like when Draymond Green's in his ear? Like, that's a pit bull right there.
Hold on. He could turn him into a talented as like an Amen.
Right. You think Amen Thompson's a violent child?
Yeah.
Get Asar next to Draymond. See what happens.
That could actually be nuclear if they did something like that.
Listen, look, it won't happen, but Fred VanVleet for Draymond Green is a swap that could.
Hell no.
No, hey, that'd be awesome. Please put Draymond Green with Kevin Durant again in Houston.
Who leaves first is what would happen.
They both leave in a body bag.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that wouldn't be very. That would be scary to watch, honestly, because Kevin Durant is like a little fucking. Whoa, Rockets are beating. Well, I mean it's the first quarter, but they're beating the Nuggets by 10 points right now.
Who does Draymond Green punch first if he goes to Houston?
Ooh, I would expect someone maybe like a Steven Adams.
See, my money is on Reed Shepherd because Reed has, and I love the guy, very punchable face.
Yeah, he does.
Also, Steven Adams already got a nut kick from Draymond, and I feel like Steven Adams would rip him in half.
Steven Adams would fucking kill him, but
cause look, he's not gonna, dude.
Or
he could
Tari.
never.
Because I could see Tari, like, if Draymond's talking shit, I could see Tari, like, no, you're not going to say that to me.
He can never go to Houston because of all the people on that team he's pissed off.
Yeah, we just picked four people that could potentially get punched.
I would say KD's already pissed off.
Yeah.
Steven Adams is already pissed off. Tari Eason last year he pissed off.
Yeah.
Alperen Şengün last year he pissed off. Anybody on the team last year, Draymond Green pissed off. So your options are like what? Dorian Finney-Smith as someone who doesn't hate him immediately.
Yeah, maybe Clint Capella.
Right. No, because Clint was on the Rocket team against the Warriors. Like,
so yeah, everyone would hate that.
It's just Dorian Finney-Smith and fucking Draymond Green beat Ime Udoka in the 2022 finals. It is only Dorian Finney-Smith who is not upset with Draymond in some way.
That would be a funny world to live in.
Oh, and Fred VanVleet beat him in 2019.
That's right.
Dude, fucking.
So it would be everyone against him on a team. That
is Draymond Green the connector of the league? Discuss.
Oh, he's the new Kardashian. I have found a few more of those, by the way, where it's connected.
Yeah.
I'm saving it for a Brett, though. A Brett episode where we can kind of more further indulge in the Kardashians running not only the NBA, but I think media and Hollywood. I think the Kardashians have their little grimy toes and everything.
I think that's a great line to end on.
Yes, I do too.
Go ahead and sign us out, big dog.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching Fourth and Forever. I have been your kinda host, I guess, Mason, and Cameron has been with me, diligently, just trying to keep me in bounds and on point. I appreciate that very much. You've helped me out tremendously. If this was solo, this would be a fucking 7-hour episode, and there'd be no point at all. So I appreciate
And I would
you.
watch every minute of it.
Oh, I do appreciate you for joining me. Subscribe to the YouTube, like it. We're gonna try to probably. I was talking about maybe doing clips and putting them on other social platforms.
Gang.
I don't know. Brett never said anything about that, and I mean, at the end of the day,
We're
this
gonna
is his
clip
thing.
farm. We're gonna aura farm. We're gonna put
Yeah.
shit on Spotify
Yeah,
when
we
I
need some
convince Brett
crazier
to fucking
takes.
do it.
We need some crazier takes. Philip Rivers, you are old as fuck, dude. Crazier. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Subscribe, do all that shite. We'll see you probably Thursday?
In the next episode.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.